Located along the coast of the Borneo Sumatra region, Sunda Shelf mangrove protects the mainland from the tidal surges of the Ring of Fire. Not very different from the mangrove that you see in West Malaysia, they consist of Avicennia, Rhizophora, Sonoretia, Burgeria, or Nepal species of mangrove. The forests are inhabited by leopard cat, otters, mongoose, Brahmini kite, and specifically in Borneo, proboscis monkey.
In ecology, biotic and abiotic factors make up an ecosystem. Biotic components are the living things that have a direct or indirect influence on other organisms in an environment. For example, plants, animals, microorganisms, and their waste materials. Abiotic components of an ecosystem include all chemicals and physical elements. Abiotic components can vary from region to region, from one ecosystem to another. They mainly take up the role of life supporter. They determine the restrict the population growth, number, and diversity of biotic factors in an ecosystem. Hence, they are called limiting factors. The relevance of biotic and abiotic components in an environment appears when they start interacting with each other. For example, biotic elements like plants provide food for other organisms. The soil is the abiotic elements which support the growth of the plants by providing nutrients and other essential elements. Unfortunately, we found that the proboscis monkey, which is one of the biotic components in mangrove rainforest, is endangered.
The proboscis monkey is categorized in the kingdom Animalia. It is also in the phylum Chordata. Its class is in Mammalia. It is in the order Primate, and as for the suborder, it is in the group Haplorhini, and in the infraorder, it is Simiformes. In family, it is in Certosiphysidae, while in subfamily, it is in Colubinae. In terms of genus, it is in Nasales. Its species is N. lavatus. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, the primary reason the proboscis monkey is endangered is because of the habitat destruction, mainly for logging and palm oil plantations. The other reason is also due to hunting for food and traditional Chinese medicine. Some of the interesting facts about proboscis monkey is they are the primate's world's most prolific swimmers, frequently leaping from tree limbs and hitting the water with a comical belly flop. They have evolved webbed feet and hands to help them outpace the crocodiles that are some of their main predators. Another interesting fact about them is they are known to have 9 stomachs. Just like cattle, proboscis monkeys have a complex stomach with many chambers, although they aren't technically ruminants. Each one of these stomachs is filled with healthy bacteria to help them digest their food.
Number 4. Diagram of food web involving proboscis monkey. The sequence of events in an ecosystem known as a food chain occurs when one leaf organism eats another organism, which is then eaten by a larger organism. The food chain is a sequence of living things that transfers nutrients and energy from one organism to next one. Following the chain, it starts with the producer organism and ends with the decomposer organisms. A food web consists of all the food chains in a single ecosystem. This picture shows the food web that involve proboscis monkeys. Proboscis monkeys are omnivores, surviving mostly on leaves, shoots, and seeds. Proboscis monkey is the primary consumer, which they feed on plants such as Eugenia sp. in this food web. Other than that, proboscis monkey is also a secondary consumer, which feeds on insects like caterpillar. Furthermore, caterpillar is the primary consumer which feeds on plants. Next, the tertiary consumers in this particular food web are phyton and crocodile, which feed on proboscis monkey. Lastly, in this food web, the decomposer is the bacteria who will break apart the dead organism into simpler inorganic material. and making nutrients available to primary producers.
Number 5, I will describe the interactions of the proboscis monkey with abiotic and biotic components in oxygen cycles. The oxygen cycles are defined as the movement of the oxygen through the atmosphere, air, biosphere, plants and animals, and lithosphere, the Earth's crust. To show the interactions of the proboscis monkey in oxygen cycle, then I must tell how the oxygen cycle is worked first. Firstly, the plants will absorb the sunlight to undergo the photosynthesis process. The photosynthesis process will undergo with the help of sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and release the oxygen as a byproduct of the process. Then the oxygen that released to the atmosphere will be absorbed by the animals, in this case is proboscis monkeys, to undergo the respiration process. The respiration process then release the energy and carbon dioxide as the byproduct of the process. Then the carbon dioxide will be released to the atmosphere, then absorbed by the plants to undergo this photosynthesis. Other than that, the corpse of the proboscis monkeys will be undergo the decomposition process. The decomposition process is the body of the dead will be broken away and decayed by the decomposer and release the carbon dioxide as the byproduct of the process, and again will be absorbed by the plants to be used in photosynthesis process.
The carrying capacity of an ecosystem is the number of organisms that it can support indefinitely. A variety of factors can influence an ecosystem carrying capacity for a specific species, including the ecosystem ability to regenerate food, water, the atmosphere, and other necessities for population survival. Proboscis monkey population have plummeted in the last 40 years, and the species has been listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species in 2000. Proboscis monkey are limited to scattered and inconsistently distributed population throughout their native range. The carrying capacity of the proboscis monkey is primarily determined by its habitat, which also serve as a source of food, water, and other necessity for the monkey. The habitat can be protected from destruction by prohibiting deforestation and designating it as a permanent forest reserve HSK area. Proboscis monkey poaching for food and medicine also cause significant harm to this species. This threat can be prevented by urging the government to commit to zero poaching by assessing anti-poaching efforts on the ground, strengthening the prosecution processes, and investing in capacity building for rangers.
As we know, carrying capacity indicates on how large a population can be supported in a habitat. In the case of proboscis monkey, their habitat is getting destroyed by human activities and being preyed on by other humans and the jaguars. The monkeys gain their food from the mangrove forest, which also they call home. The food resources for the monkey will decrease as the mangrove forest being destroyed for logging and agriculture. This will increase more competition between the animals. However, the population of the proboscis monkey in the area may be still in a large capacity at first, where it will eventually exceed the carrying capacity of the habitat can support. Once the population exceeded the carrying capacity, the number of the individuals will decrease, as it means the available resources are not enough to support a large number of proboscis monkey anymore. The number of the monkey will drop eventually. This proves how could this monkey getting more danger day by day.
Now I want to talk about what is the solution to ensure the preservation of proboscis monkey population. Firstly, translocation of population at risk of local extinction. Translocation of sensitive species remains highly controversial due to associated high mortality rates, introduction of disease of parasites, and the disruption of food resources and their social structure. Secondly, protecting important proboscis monkey habitats. More important population and habitats need to be protected and ideally confer strict protection such as national park or wildlife sanctuaries. Lastly, protection of swamp forests. Further efforts must be undertaken to conserve high-value habitats more effectively and to restore swamp forest areas. This is vital for ensuring the survival of these endangered species. I think that's all from me. Thank you.